Let's begin by painting a picture. Imagine you have just finished a meal, perhaps a healthy one at that. And yet, within moments, that uncomfortable feeling starts. Bloating, distension, and maybe even a burning sensation of heartburn creeping in. These are incredibly common digestive experiences. And if you are watching, you have likely felt them yourself. In these moments of discomfort, the search for relief begins, and it's often online. Amidst a sea of quick fixes, where we encounter the names apple cider vinegar and baking soda. They are presented so readily, so accessibly. Apple cider vinegar, often touted as boosting digestion. Baking soda, promised to instantly neutralize acid. The allure of simplicity is undeniable. But let's pause and consider with a more critical eye. In the intricate world of gut health, are these truly the straightforward solutions they appear to be? Or could these remedies be, in reality, oversimplified approaches that perhaps overlook the deeper complexity of our digestive system and overall well-being? That's the question we need to thoughtfully explore today. Let's delve into apple cider vinegar. Its appeal is partly rooted in its long history of traditional use, spanning cultures and centuries. And it's true, modern scientific inquiry has begun to examine certain facets of its potential. One area of research that generates interest is its possible influence on blood sugar regulation. Some studies, and it's important to note these are often preliminary and require further investigation, suggest that the acetic acid in apple cider vinegar might play a role in improving insulin sensitivity and moderating post-meal glucose spikes. However, this is crucial to understand, and any potential effect on blood sugar is generally considered to be modest. We are not talking about a replacement for established medical treatments for conditions like diabetes. Think of it as perhaps a very subtle nudge at best in a complex metabolic landscape. And for the broader claims around ACV and general digestive health enhancement, the scientific foundation is even weaker. The notion that ACV significantly boosts overall digestion is largely based on anecdotal reports and traditional beliefs rather than robust clinical evidence. In fact, for individuals grappling with heartburn, a condition often misunderstood as stemming from low stomach acid, apple cider vinegar, with its inherent acidity, can paradoxically worsen symptoms. This is because the heartburn is frequently driven by acid reflux, the inappropriate movement of stomach acid upwards into the esophagus, not a deficiency of acid in the stomach itself. In these cases, introducing more acid through ACV can irritate an already sensitive esophageal lining, potentially exacerbating discomfort. Now let's turn our attention to baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate. Its purported benefits are often linked to its alkaline nature, the chemical opposite of acid. The central idea is that the soda can neutralize excess stomach acid. It's offering quick relief, and in certain limited situations, this is technically true. Baking soda can react with stomach acid to reduce acidity, and this can provide very short-term symptomatic relief from occasional heartburn. However, it's vital to distinguish between occasional, very limited use and the notion of baking soda as a regular gut health remedy. Claims that baking soda possesses detoxifying properties or can even serve as treatment for cancer are, to put it plainly, misinformation. These claims are not substantiated by credible scientific research and can be misleading and even harmful. The human body possesses its own sophisticated detoxification systems, primarily involving the liver and kidneys. And baking soda plays no part in enhancing these processes. Furthermore, suggesting baking soda as a cancer treatment is not only inaccurate but deeply irresponsible, potentially diverting individuals from effective, evidence based medical care. While baking soda's acid neutralizing action can offer fleeting heartburn relief, routine reliance on it carries potential downsides. Frequent baking soda consumption can disrupt the delicate acid base balance within the body, potentially leading to alkalosis, a state where the body becomes excessively alkaline. It can also trigger rebound acidity, where the stomach responds to neutralization by producing more acid in the long run, ironically, worsening the very symptoms you were trying to alleviate. And it's important to remember that baking soda is a significant source of sodium. Excessive sodium intake is a concern for many, particularly those managing conditions like hypertension or kidney disease. Finally, in a specific medical context, baking soda is utilized in the SIBO breath test, a diagnostic tool for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. However, it's crucial to recognize that the baking soda breath test is considered to have limitations in terms of sensitivity and specificity compared to other breath tests. It's a diagnostic aid, not a therapeutic intervention, and should always be interpreted within a broader clinical picture by a healthcare professional. Now, let's address the practice of combining apple cider vinegar and baking soda, often presented as some sort of enhanced or synergistic gut tonic. When you mix these two ingredients, you observe a fizzing reaction, a classic demonstration of acid base chemistry. But what is actually happening from a gut health perspective? Essentially, you are performing a neutralization reaction. The acetic acid in vinegar reacts with the alkaline sodium bicarbonate in baking soda. They largely counteract each other, resulting in a solution that is primarily water, along with some sodium acetate, a type of salt, and the carbon dioxide gas which produces the fizz. Therefore, the notion that combining ACV and baking soda somehow amplifies the individual benefits, however limited they may be, for gut health or any other purported effect, is not supported by scientific understanding. You are not creating a more potent remedy. Instead, you are effectively diminishing the active properties of both ingredients through neutralization. And the idea that this fizzy mixers makes ACV safer for regular consumption in terms of both enamel or esophageal irritation is also somewhat misleading in the context of routine intake. While the immediate acidity within the glass is reduced by the reaction, the resulting solution still contains acetic acid components and adds sodium to your diet. It is not a genuinely improved or safer method for regular ACV consumption, and certainly does not transform it into a more effective health or metabolic beverage. In essence, you are left with slightly salty, vinegary, carbonated water. So, if you move beyond these simplified remedies, what are the effective and sustainable approaches to cultivating lasting gut health? The answer lies in adopting a holistic perspective. focusing on foundational lifestyle factors that support the gut's complex ecosystem and its intricate connection to our overall well being. Think about your daily diet. Prioritize a wide array of foods, emphasizing fiber rich choices. This means incorporating a wide variety of colorful fruits like berries and apples, diverse vegetables such as broccoli, leafy greens, and root vegetables, whole grains such as quinoa, oats, and brown rice, and legumes including lentils, chickpeas, and beans. Fiber acts as essential nourishment for your beneficial gut bacteria, supporting a thriving microbiome. Consider also incorporating prebiotic rich foods such as onions, garlic, and bananas, which further fuel these beneficial microbes. Fermented foods like yogurt with live culture, sauerkraut, or kimchi can also be included in the moderation if they are well tolerated to introduce diverse microbial strains. Beyond what you eat, consider how you eat. Practice mindful eating, taking your time, chewing thoroughly, and paying attention to your body's hunger and fullness cues. This conscious approach to eating can significantly aid digestion. Stress management is another cornerstone of gut health. Chronic stress can profoundly impact gut function. Integrate stress reducing techniques into your daily routine. This could include mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, engaging in a gentle movement like yoga or tai chi, or pursuing hobbies that bring you joy and relaxation. Regular, gentle physical activity is also beneficial. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity movement most days of the week. Activities like walking, swimming, or cycling can improve gut motility and reduce stress, both of which positively impact gut health and perhaps the most fundamentally prioritize sufficient sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night, as sleep and gut health are deeply influencing each other bidirectionally. Finally, remember that gut health is profoundly individual. What benefits one person may not be suitable for another, and in some cases, might even be irritating. Adopt a personalized approach, paying close attention to your unique responses to different foods, lifestyle factors, and interventions. To help you practically implement these holistic principles in your own life, I have created a resource I think you will find genuinely useful: the Holistic Gut Health Starter Kit. It's a concise one-page guide that outlines actionable steps and personalized strategies to support your gut health naturally and sustainably. You can download it completely free of charge. The link is conveniently located in the video description below. I hope it serves as a helpful starting point on your journey towards better well being. In conclusion, while the allure of quick fixes like apple cider vinegar and baking soda is understandable, achieving truly lasting gut health is generally a more nuanced and ongoing process. Adopting a balanced perspective grounded in evidence based lifestyle strategies is typically the most effective and sustainable path. I sincerely hope this conversation has offered you some clarity and provided you with helpful insights to navigate your own gut health journey. Thank you for listening or take good care, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.